In this class I am going to explain constants and special characters. Constants and special characters. In the last class I have explained to you the C tokens. The C tokens, that is variable, constant, identifier, string, special symbol, operators. Variable, constant, identifier, string, special symbol and operators. In the last class I have explained variable, constant, identifier, string, special symbol and operators. So what do you mean by a variable? A variable is a name of a, I want to give a brief about the last class, then I will continue this session. So here a variable is a name of a memory location. A variable is a name of a memory location. And the constant. A constant is a memory location which stores a fixed value. The constants are expressions with a fixed value. And identifier. The term identifier is usually used for variable names. String, sequence of characters. Special symbol, symbols other than the alphabets and digits and white spaces. Operators, a symbol that represents a specific mathematical or non-mathematical action. So here the keywords. Keywords have predefined or fixed meaning which the user cannot change. Keywords have predefined or fixed meaning which the user cannot change. Keywords can be used only for their intended purpose. Keywords can be used only for their intended purpose. Keywords cannot be used as user-defined variables. So identifier. So identifier is nothing but to identify it. It is a name of a variable, name of a constant, or name of a function, name of a structure, that is user-defined data type, etc. And the rules. Here there are some rules to be followed for naming identifiers. There are some rules to be followed for naming identifiers. And in this class, that is the constants in C, there are different types of constants: integer constants, floating constants, character constants, string constants and backslash constants. Integer constants, floating point constants, character constant, string constant, backslash character constants, and these are all the backslash character constants. These are all backslash character constants. And special characters. See here, special characters. These are all special characters. So I will explain in this video very clear about all these things. Very clear about all these things. The previous video, that is what is a variable and how to declare a variable, okay, and what is a keyword and what is an identifier and the rules to be followed for identifiers. What is an identifier and the rules needs to be followed for identifiers. So the identifiers or the creation of variables are most important concept in any programming language. Creation of variables are the most important concept in any programming language. So the keywords are the reserved words. The keywords are the reserved words whose meaning is already known to the compiler. Whose meaning is already known to the compiler. Whose meaning is already known to the compiler. Known to the compiler. So and identifiers. There are some rules to be followed for naming identifiers. There are some rules to be followed for naming an identifier. So, an identifier name should not start with a digit, and it does not allow any special symbols except underscore. Except underscore. A keyword cannot be used as an identifier. A keyword cannot be used as an identifier. It should not contain any white space characters. The name must be meaningful. The name must be meaningful. And the name should not, the length of the identifier name, the length of the identifier name should not exceed 16 to 32 characters depending upon the compiler. So, and here these are the different types of constants. Here we have to understand this one. We have to understand very carefully this one. This is very important. This is very important. It is variable, constant, identifier, string, special symbols, operators. This is variable. And what is a variable? Constant. And what are the expression with fixed value? And identifier. What do you mean by an identifier? A string is a sequence of characters, and special symbols other than alphabets and digits and white spaces, and operators, that is a symbol represents a specific mathematical or logical action. Variable, constant, identifier, string, special symbol, operators. The keywords are the predefined words that are already defined in the language. Keywords are the predefined words that are already defined in the language. Keywords meaning is already known to the compiler. This is a brief of variable, constant, identifier, string, special symbols and operators, and now I am explaining the keywords. Keywords are the predefined words that are already defined in the language. Keywords meaning is already known to the compiler. Keywords cannot be used variable names. There are 32 keywords in C. Keywords must be written in lowercase letters. This is about keywords. Here the keywords are the reserved words. The keywords are the reserved words. The keywords are the reserved words. These are the predefined words that are already defined in the language. Its meaning is already known by the compiler. There is no ambiguity to the compiler to process the keyword. The keywords the keywords displays the keywords displays in a white color in the editor. It is easy to understand for a programmer that this is a keyword, that this is a keyword. When the compiler see it's a keyword in the program compilation, it does not report any error, and the keywords cannot be used, the keywords cannot be used as variable names. The keywords cannot be used as variable names. A variable name is any name it is any name given by the programmer to a memory location by following some rules, by following some rules. By following some rules, by following some rules, by following some rules, that I will explain what are those rules while creating variables, while placing, while giving name to a variable. Here the point to be understand now is, do not give a keyword as variable name, as a variable name. Do not give a keyword as variable name. Generally, are the keywords must be written in a lowercase letters. The keywords must be written in lowercase letters. The keywords must be written in lowercase letters. There are 32 keywords in C. There are 32 keywords in C. This is about keywords. This is about keywords and identifiers. Identifier is a name given to a variable or given to a constant or a sub program, or a sub program, or it is a sub program. And while giving this variable names, the programmer has to follow some rules. It means While creating identifiers, the programmer has to follow some rules. The programmer has to follow some rules. These names consist of C standard character set. These names consist of C standard character set. Identifiers are used to identifiers are used to identify a particular element in a program. Identifiers are used to identify a particular elements of a program. Identifiers are used to identify a particular element in a program. Each identifier must have a unique name. Each identifier must have a unique name. The names of two memory locations, that is, the names of two variables, should not be same. Should not be same. The names of two memory locations or two variables should not be same. Or it should not be matched with another identifier in the same program. It means that you cannot declare a variable with the name A and a constant name with a name called A, or else a variable name with a number or n1 and the same n1 as a constant name. It should be unique. It should be unique, or both identifiers should be different. Should be different. We cannot give we cannot give a single name or same name to both the identifiers. To both the identifiers. Here there are some rules. Here there are some rules to be followed. Here there are some rules to be followed to give variable names. To give variable names. These are the rules to be followed for naming the identifiers. The first character must always be an alphabet or an underscore. The first character must be an alphabet or an underscore. It means that a variable name a variable name should not a variable name should not begin with a variable name should not begin with a number. A variable name should not begin with a number. It should be formed by using only letters, comma, numbers or underscore. It should be formed by using only letters, comma, numbers or underscore. It should be formed by using only letters, comma, numbers or underscore. A keyword cannot be used as an identifier. A keyword cannot be used as an identifier. It should not contain any white space characters. It should not contain any white space character. And the name must be meaningful in order to avoid ambiguity. The name must be meaningful in order to avoid ambiguity. These are the rules needs to be followed while creating variable names. These are the rules to be followed while creating variable names. And the length of the variable name should not exceed more than 16 or 32 characters depending upon the compiler. The length or the number of letters, characters or number of the characters that are formed as a variable name should not be more than 16 to 32 characters. It depends upon the instructions written in the compiler. Instructions written in the compiler. These are the rules. It doesn't allow any special symbol except underscore. It doesn't allow any special symbols except underscore. Constant is the value that does not change during program execution. Constant is the value that does not change during program execution. integer constants, floating constants, character constants, string constants, and backslash constants. A constant is a value. A constant is a value that does not change during program execution. A constant is a value that does not change during program execution. The different types of constants are integer constants, floating constants, character constants, string constants, backslash constants. Integer constants, floating constants, character constants, string constants, and back. See integer constants. See the integer constants. It is a sequence of numeric digits without a decimal point. It is a sequence of numeric digits without a decimal point. Whole numbers are integer constants. It can be either positive or negative. Examples are 1, 9, 234 and negative 99. An integer constant is a sequence of numeric digits without a decimal point. An integer constant is a sequence of numeric digits without a decimal point. Whole numbers are integer constants. And then floating point constant. Sequence of numeric digits with a decimal point or an exponent or both. Sequence of numeric digits with a decimal point or an exponent or both. It can be either positive or negative. It can be either positive or negative. Examples 1.5, 450, 6.78, 0.2, 2e minus 8. Character constants. Any printable or non-printable single character. Any printable or non-printable single character enclosed in inverted commas. Character constant. Any printable or non-printable single character. Any printable or non-printable single character enclosed in inverted commas. Enclosed in inverted commas. It can be either single alphabet, single digit, single special symbol. It can be either single alphabet, single digit, single special symbol. It can be either single alphabet, single digit, single special symbol. Not more than single character is allowed. Example, small a, capital A, 4 or dollar. and it should be enclosed in inverted commas. It should be enclosed in inverted commas. Not more than single character is allowed. Not more than single character is allowed. Any printable or non-printable single character is enclosed in inverted commas. String constant. Sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes. Sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes. These characters may be letters, numbers, special characters, and blank space. These characters may be letters, comma numbers, comma special characters, and blank space. Examples: see here, C language, C language, program, college, hi, how are you, hello, how are you, welcome to C program, this is my first C program. These are all examples for a string constant. It is a sequence of characters enclosed in double quotes. A character constant uses single quotes. A character constant uses a single quotes, and a string constant uses a double quote. Uses a double quotes to enclose the characters in double quotes, in between this double quotes. The characters, these characters may be letters, comma numbers, comma special characters, and blank space. For examples, all these. Integer camps. Here, the rules to be followed for naming identifiers and constants, integer constants, floating point constants, character constant, string constant. And then backslash character constants. Slash n, new line, move the cursor to the next line. Slash b, backspace, move cursor to the previous position of the line. Slash a, bell alert. Slash t, horizontal tab. Slash 0 for null character. Slash v, vertical tab. Slash v, vertical tab. These are the backslash characters constants. Slash n, new line, slash b, backspace, slash a, bell alert, slash t, horizontal tab, slash 0, null, and slash v, vertical tab. And special characters, these are all special characters. We have already seen the special characters which have a special meaning which cannot be used for another purpose. Which have a special meaning and which cannot be used for another purpose. keywords, token and meaning, and keywords, the words which are already defined in the language. It should not be used as variable names. It must be written in lowercase letters. And identifiers are the names given to a variable or array or function or structure, etc. See here, it's a variable name. It may be a variable name, it may be an array name, it may be a function name, it may be a union or structure name. Union or structure names. These are the user defined data types, etc. Used in the C program. It consists of C standard character set. It consists of C standard character set. These are used to identify a particular element like variable name or locations, constants in the program. And both identifiers should not be identical, should not be same. Both identifiers should not be identical, should not be same. And some of the rules that should be followed for naming the identifiers. The first character must be began with an alphabet. It does not allow only a special symbol which is called underscore. The keyword names cannot be used as identifiers. It doesn't allow any white spaces into it. The name must be meaningful. The name must be meaningful. And constants. There are integer constants, floating point constants, character constants, string constants, and backslash character special characters. Backslash characters and special characters. Slash n is a new line. Slash b is for backspace. Slash a bell alert. Slash t horizontal tab. Slash 0 null. Slash v is vertical tab. I will show all these by writing C programs, that is the use of all these slash n and slash b, slash t, slash 0 and others. And the special characters have a special meaning which cannot be used for another purpose. The special characters have a special meaning which cannot be used for another purpose. The special characters have a special meaning which cannot be used for another purpose. And the operators, different types of operators. String representation variables. Operators, different types of operators, string representation and variables. In that, operators. An operator is a symbol or special symbol used to perform a specific task. Used to perform a specific task. An operator is a symbol used to perform task. By using these operators and variables and special characters and constants and all these things, we are going to develop programs. We are going to write the program.